Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University.
Hello dear student, have a nice day. Myself Kiran Patel, Assistant Professor in School of Computer Science of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Dear students, we are going to start with the course RDBMS. In today's session, we will learn about the Block-3, Oracle Server and SQL. Unit-2 is a stored procedure and function. This is the fourth part of this unit. Now we will start with the Block-3, Oracle Server and SQL. In this, the Unit-2 is a stored procedure and function. First of all, we see the agenda of this unit. The learning objectives, introduction of stored procedure and function, stored procedure and its components, types of the parameters, creating stored procedure with the DML statements, deleting stored procedure, function, passing parameter to the function, calling function and deleting the function. In today's session, we will learn about the function. Start with the function. After completed this unit, students will be able to understand what is the procedure and function, how to create the procedure and function, and how to execute it. Now, we will start with the function. A PLSQL function is a name block of the code that performs the specific task. A stored function or PLSQL function are reusable block of the code. They are similar to the procedure, but the main difference between the procedure and function is that the function must always return a single value and procedure may or may not return a value. Now, create function command is used to create the PLSQL function. See in the syntax. Here, the function name is the user-defined function name. Create or replace function. Create means it will create the new function, and replace means if this function name is exist, then it will replace by this new code. So, the function name is the user-defined name given to the PLSQL function. Now, in the square bracket is the optional, means if there is a parameter then you can define. If there is no parameter, you cannot define this block. Now, the parameter name is the name of the parameter which is passed to the function. Here, the parameter data type, parameter 1, then in and out. In means accept the value, out means return the value. And in out means accept and return both. Here the parameter data type is a data type of the parameter that we are passing to the PLSQL function. Now, every PLSQL function must return statement in a execution part. Here, the return, then return data type. The return specify in a header part of the Oracle PLSQL function, which specify this data type of the value returned by the function. Means this function return the value. This value is using this data type. The value which is returned, it data type is defined here. If this function return the number, then you can define return number. If this function return the varchar2, then you can define return varchar2. Now, is and as. Then, after that, it is a header part. After that, you can declare your variable here, declaration statement. Now, in a begin statement, your logic is defined here. Your logical statement is defined here, executable statement. After that, function must return a value. So, the answer will be written to the calling function. So, return and then return type and then semicolon. Now, exception section. If needed, then you can define the exception section. If any abnormal condition is generated in a begin section, then it will handle by the exception. It is not compulsory. That's why it defined in a square bracket. Now, and then function name, then semicolon, and executed by the slash sign. If any errors in this function, then it will define as a warning, and it will show the error by using show errors command and then semicolon. Then you can SQL display the line number and column number and define the error. After you can solve this error and then execute this function, then it will compile successfully and function is created. Now, create the function with the parameter. There are the three ways of passing the parameter to the PLSQL: in, out and in-out. Out of these three, the PLSQL function use only in parameter mode. In is the accept the value. This is the default style of the parameter in a PLSQL function. This provides the same functionality as of the stored procedure in receive and accept the value that will pass from the outside when the function call. The block structure of the PLSQL function is same as those of the PLSQL anonymous block. The anonymous block does not have create or replace the function, the parameter sections of the code, and returns the close. Try to understand the function using the example. Suppose we create the function that show the employee name whose employee number pass as a parameter. See in the example, create or replace function, then function name get emp name. This is the user defined name. In the bracket employee number, here we pass the employee number, and this function returns the name of the employee. So name is a varchar2 data type. So return then data type name. This function return the answer in a varchar2. That's why we define return varchar2. This is the header statement. How to create the function. Now, how to define the begin statement? Begin. In begin, we define the select statement because this function returns the employee name when we pass the employee number to the function. Select employee name into employee name variable. This is the column name and this is the variable name which is defined here. And this data type and size which is matched with the table column name. So employee name is the column name. Its value stored in a ENM variable. Now from the employee table where E number is the column name. Here E name is the variable name. When we call this function, then we pass the value to the EN variable. Suppose we pass the value like 3. So 3 is matched with the employee number column in a employee table. And after that employee number is matched. Then in employee table, employee name is fetched and stored in a employee name variable. And then it will returns the employee name. So we pass the variable employee number and it will fetch the employee name from the employee table and returns the answer as a employee name. And then function name, then semicolon, and then slash sign is used for a execution. So this function is used to accept the employee number and return the employee name. Now when we compile the function, then compilation error will be generated if any mistake in it. But it But if your code is correct, then it will display the function created. Now we will execute the function using two ways. First is using Oracle SQL select statement, and second one is the Oracle anonymous block, that means PLSQL block. First we see using the Oracle SQL select statement. We can call the PLSQL function using the SQL select statement and check the output. For example, here select, how to execute the select statement? Select, then function name, and in the bracket 1 is passed in an employee number in n variable and from employee table. So this statement is execute, it will call the function and 1 is passed to the function name and it will returns the value. One employee number have a Kajal name. Employee name is a Kajal. Now second one is using Oracle anonymous block. The second way to call the function using PLSQL block. So how to call the function using PLSQL block? The PLSQL function call or execute using the PLSQL block, PLSQL function call or execute using the PLSQL block. First, using describe the table name command, DESC, describe the employee table. We see the data type and size of the column, employee number and employee name in an employee table. Employee number have a number data type with the size 2 and employee name have a varchar 2 data type and size 10. Thus we declare the two variable n for a number and nm for a name as a same data type and size as the column name of the employee table. Here the user enter the employee number which is passed in a function get employee name function. See here in the example declared the two variable because our function is our function is accept the employee number and return the employee name. So here how to call this function? So we declare the two variable n for a employee number and nm for receive the employee name. So two variable is defined same as the employee number and name data types. See number 2, so n variable is defined number 2, nm variable is defined as a varchar 2 10. In the begin here n and then colon m%n. It means m% means it will accept the value from the user. It asks the user enter the value. So user enter the value. For example, like I enter the value 5. So 5 is stored in a n variable and n variable is used here. Name variable nm colon is equal to, then this is the function name, get employee name is a function name. In this function we pass the employee number 5. So this 5 number is accept this function and this function returns the name and then this name is displayed by this statement. Name is this. So we pass the employee number and this function returns the employee name which is stored in a nm variable. Here the employee number is accept by en variable and en variable is matched with the employee table column e number and then it will returns the name into the enm variable. Now when we execute this PLSQL block, then it will ask enter the value for n. This m% ask me the enter the value for n. When we pass 5 number, then 5 number is stored in a n variable and n variable phi value is a pass in a function, then function returns the function match with the table. This phi number have a Manoj name. So employee name is returned. So name is a Manoj because it is stored in a NM variable. The name is Manoj. Now, how to delete the function or how to drop the function. To delete the function, we have to use the drop function. Now, the syntax is drop function and function name and then semicolon. Example, drop function, then get employee name. Only function name is written here. Now, drop function, then function name, get employee name is the function name and then semicolon. It will drop the function. Permanently it will delete. So the output is function drop. Now at the end, thank you all. Today we have been discussed about the PLSQL function. How to create the function, how to call it, how to pass the parameter to the function, and how to drop the PLSQL function. Here, this unit is completed. In our next session, we will start with the new unit. If you understand this session and getting the knowledge from this session, then please subscribe the BAOUGujarat. And once again, thank you all.